The jury is in. Jimmy Nevis is looking good. But if you have a passion for fashion and all things beautiful, don't touch that remote, because in today's Fash Pack News Report, we're taking a look at one of the most extraordinary occasions on the fashion calendar. It's Couture Fashion Week in Paris. And joining me in studio today is our fashion director, Alexis May, and our guest beauty expert, Margot Knapper. Good morning, ladies. It's all about the girls. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Even though we do miss our Rico.
We do miss our Rico.
Now, Alexis, couture. My mom asked me the other day, what is couture or couture? And I was like, I'm going to ask Alexis and get back to you. For those of us who are a bit, you know, iffy about what it means, what does couture mean?
There's actually a lot of confusion over the term, so let's start this off right. So, haute couture is a French term which means high sewing. And it refers to the construction of bespoke, custom-made clothing, which is not, you don't, it's all sewn by hand, so you cannot use a sewing machine or an overlocker. So as you can imagine, this is really expensive, very rare, seldom actually sold to the public. So you find like your contemporary fashion houses, they focus on their ready-to-wear collections, and really it's only the long-established fashion houses that have really a long heritage in fashion that actually create true couture.
Wow. And like you said the other day, when we look at couture, it's not necessarily things that everyone's going to be able to wear. It's oftentimes a little over the top.
Yes, they do. It's day wear and it's evening wear. A lot of people think that haute couture is only ever evening wear. It's not. It actually should be a balance of both. But it is that hand sewn.
It's also a lot of showpieces.
Yes.
They want the PR. They want to say, this is what we're capable of doing.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about Couture Fashion Week in Paris. What were the standout looks for you? What were your favorites?
Personally, I was a fan of Armani. And I don't know if it was because it's been freezing recently, and we saw a lot of red, like powerful, it's always almost a bit of a fiery flamenco style come through with the red and the I mean, they look warm, which is what we're after. And they also a bit of geometric and some black and white. I was impressed.
A really strong collection, I think. And that's what you do expect that from Armani Privé. But I mean, just really, also the colour, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful.
What about Chanel? Did it stand out for you? Of course.
How long about?
Come on.
I mean, the thing is with Chanel, I mean, he has such an incredible signature style. And you think about how many decades he's been in the business for, and yet he has this way of kind of keeping it authentic to Chanel, and yet it's still so fresh and it's still so contemporary. I love that his silhouettes are very clean and they're very classic, and but there's still a lot of structure to them. But it's without the faff and the frills, and there's no like ruffles. You know, it's all just every inch of embellishment is just in the right place.
This is quite incredible, and you can see how exquisite the detail and the fabric is.
But that's what you see in couture. It's about the detailing and it's about the fabrication. Very expensive fabrics and very expensive details. And you can imagine somebody just beating this into the night.
You're going to pay for that. Okay, we have Dior next.
Yeah, so this is Raf Simons, of course, is the creative director for Christian Dior. And really, he took inspiration through a couple eras in fashion, which I thought was very interesting. So you have like your Marie Antoinette, all the way to almost what they were calling your space jumpsuits. So very interesting. As you can see, a beautiful pastel palette here, really icy for winter, but I think beautiful.
And then Versace, of course. I love it. This is so edgy, though, right?
Donatella rocking it on.
Very different.
I mean, bold.
It's bold. It's bold. It's very sexy. I mean, there was a lot of like leg and
side
skin and cutout detail. Lady Gaga, of course, is now face of Versace, so you can see her in a couple of these pieces. Versace, I think they could always. I think they could push it a little bit more into modern
I agree.
fashion.
This could almost be prêt-à-porter for me. It doesn't look like haute couture.
Let's talk about the makeup, though, because it's quite dramatic, especially the eyes. Margot, what did you think about the use of makeup in this
Couture week was all about eyes. And for me, I maintain that you're either an eye girl or a lip girl.
All right.
And this was eyes.
Really? Okay.
Fred Sattel was doing something. Smoky eye is still one of the most Googled how-to videos. I want to do that smoky eye. It's so classic. It's so sexy. But Fred Sattel actually did what we're calling a swan eye. So it's a bit of an uptake, a bit of a difference to a smoky eye, and you can see those beautiful, it's quite geometric, but the feathers out to the side and quite ethereal.
Wow, I like that.
Then we saw at Versace again. I mean, powerful, very true to the brand. Pat McGrath is the makeup artist. She did a teal winged liner cat eye, and she actually did a lighter colour green in the middle to really give the eyes pop and then load up on falsies. And it really suited
it's the whole thing going
And then I'm quite excited to see what Dior did. Oh, very simple.
So Peter Phillips, who's the creative director, hand-cut 70 slivers of silver liner for all the models on the show.
That was a late night.
Dedication. And actually, for me, it's quite nice. It's a contrast to all the Lumo we've seen previously. It's beautiful, very elegant, a slick of silver liner, load up with mascara and dewy skin, and I think you've got an awesome spring look.
Oh,
I mean, this collection was actually fall 14, but exactly, it is. When I look at that, I'm like, I actually want to try that for summer.
For me,
it's so beautiful with white on white.
Yeah.
Oh, Fash Pack, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on what's happening in Paris and, of course, the Couture Fashion Week. Yeah, this looks amazing. Thank you so much. Next time, we'll do it again Friday, same time, same place?
With Elrico.
Oh, with Elrico, definitely. I maintain it is fun to be a girl. I hope that you're going to try out some of these looks and especially some of the makeup as well. Fun and exciting times. After the break, Jimmy Nevis, who's celebrating his 22nd birthday today, performs for the first time his newest single, Moscato, after the break.